a scarf? I don't even own a scarf.
What do you mean you don't own a scarf? It fits what we're doing with our video. Um, I even got like my fireplace going on.
Oh my God. I thought we talked about this. I love how you live in the moment. Welcome on in, everyone. We are back, the cousins. This is Beer Talk with Kyle and Joe. I'm Kyle,
What's going on, guys? I'm Joe.
and this is what I deal with every day. No, I'm just kidding. Um, welcome back to the channel for another video, guys. So happy you could be here.
Seriously, do you hear the fireplace? Like you can hear it.
Does it make noise?
Huh?
Does it make noise?
Yeah.
The crackling? Oh, dude, nice. So, very appropriate for today's video. So today we are going to talk about the way we maintain our beards in the winter months. So we are closing out January now. This week in Cleveland, at least, is going to be the coldest week, averaging about in the 20s. So we want to share with you some of the things that we do in the winter for beard health and overall just to keep it fresh, keep it looking good. Hopefully some of these things you can try if you're struggling.
Yeah. And if you're joining us for the first time, please make sure you hit that subscribe button and don't run away from us. I promise this is not what we do with all our videos. And if you're joining us yet again, please do not hit that unsubscribe button, as we would love to keep you around. But before we begin this awesome video on our winter beards, stay tuned for this intro and be right back.
All right, guys. So, like I mentioned in the intro, Joe and I live on the east coast of the country. We're just south of Cleveland, and it gets pretty cold here. And, you know, the thing
Well,
is,
wait a minute. You're south from Cleveland. I'm northeast of Cleveland, but go ahead.
you live in Lake Erie,
Um,
north of Cleveland is Lake Erie, and then
Northeast
Canada.
is more Youngstown, heading towards Pittsburgh.
You're southeast.
I'm not southeast.
North of Cleveland is Lake Erie, and then Canada. Welcome back from the intro, guys. So like we were mentioning before, we want to go ahead and share with you some of the things, some of the routines, some of the products that we use in the colder months. Joe and I are both from the Cleveland area, and it gets cold and it gets windy and snowy. Actually, this upcoming week, when you guys are going to be seeing this video, is supposed to be the coldest week of the winter thus far. It's going to be like in the teens to the 20s. So the thing that you have to remember is each beard is different. Just like you're talking about any routine, there are generally things that you can, guidelines that you could stick to, but every beard is different. You got to go by trial and error, find out what works for your beard. So, Joe, go ahead and share with us what are some of the things that you do to prevent that cold, brittle type of beard and almost dry, because we both said before, the heat and the humidity, for whatever reason, doesn't screw our beard up too much, but the cold and the wind just gets it fluffy and a mess.
Right. Yeah. So before I even dive into everything that I do, I feel like I should start off with the products that I use for my routine when it comes to the winter time. So starting off with an oil, I like to use a thicker oil when it comes to the winter time. And that's exactly because, like Kyle said, it becomes very dry because of how cold it gets. And when that wind just goes right through your beard and smacks you right into your cheek, it just does not feel good. So I want to have a nice thick oil that's still going to be able to provide those protective needs of my beard hairs, but also still be able to provide that nourishment and really fight off that cold weather. So two companies that are really are my two go-tos when it comes to the winter when I'm not testing out products is, first we have Fable here, who's known for their thicker type oils, and of course Only Natural, that I have the Jack Frost going on there. And then Beards Dignified is another thicker oil that I really much enjoy, and that is their Pioneer scent that I absolutely love. It's so underrated. So yeah, I definitely roll with a thicker oil whenever I have the chance to do so. The next thing that I really like to do is this is the season where you're going to be seeing me wear balms the most. And when I'm going to put in a balm, I want it to be nourishing, but I'm really going to need it to be extra styling because I am going in and out of different houses. I'm always in and out, from being outside and then inside. So I'm very inconsistent when it comes to where I'm actually at, just because of how work is, even constantly having to take my dog out. We don't have a fenced in yard, so I have to be outside to take her out too. So the three balms that I chose that I really would like to go to is none other than Bearded Coast, Renewed Man, and then a new one that we covered that I really can't wait to start using would be Magic City. And the reason why I chose these three is because these are three of the firmer balms that I have in my collection. And these are balms that also provide that extra nourishment that I need to battle those cold winds and that snow hitting my face. And of course, with it being extra firm, it means that it's going to hold my beard in place that much better if I have something important to do during the day, or I just need my beard to be on its A game. So those are two very important, I don't want to say ingredients,
Products.
products. Thank you. Oh my goodness, that I use. The other thing that I would normally do if it wasn't for COVID-19 was that I would totally use beard wash a lot less than I would now. So now that COVID-19 has been here, I'm really interested to kind of see how my beard is going to be while I'm still doing that extra beard wash, because in previous years I didn't like using as wash as frequently. I would rely on conditioners and co-washes a lot more. But because of COVID, I am finding myself using wash more too. So that's something that I may have to get back to you on a future video. But if you're not worried about, COVID-19 hitting your beard or anything like that, and you still want to, lower your wash routine, you could still use wash less, but definitely rely on a good co-wash, I would recommend. So that's something that I'll probably try adding into the mix as well.
Nice. Yeah, and my routine is similar. There's a few differences, but it's very similar. I usually don't worry as much about the oil being thicker, only because the way it absorbs in my beard, it's not really going to help. But where I agree with you on is I need those secondary products. I'm going to wear butter. I'm going to wear specialty balm in my beard almost every single day. I like getting it all the way through my beard, but especially on the outside, because when a cold wind hits my face, it makes my beard want to frizz, shrink up. Just like how when you're cold, my beard does the exact same thing, and it's just all over the place. So a balm, a butter, or especially over the top in my beard is something that I do a lot. Usually I say I don't like my beard to feel weighed down. In the winter months when I know I'm going to be outside, I actually do. I want my beard to be a little weighed down. Some days if I'm like going to a Browns game or something where I'm going to be outside all day, I'll even use a beard wax or a really firm balm, just like Joe showed us. So, guys, this is not, we're not reinventing the wheel here. We're not doing anything crazy. This is and probably even more for new beardsmen, but we want to go ahead and share with you guys some of the things that we do that hopefully will help you if you're wondering if you're going to be outside a lot and you only have a few products, whatever the case may be. Share some of the things that we do in those colder months. So, Joe, anything else you want to share before we sign off here?
No, I mean, I think everybody will have their own routines. So I'd be very
Yep.
interested to hear in the comments what other people are doing. I've heard people say that they really rely on drinking a lot of water throughout the day to make sure that their beard is hydrated. I personally think that's something that you should be doing all year round, not just the winter. But if that's something that you notice that really works good for your beard during the cold weather times, by all means, definitely do it. There's nothing wrong with drinking possibly even like a gallon of water a day if you can muster up to it. I think that's only good for your overall health, but I mean, I want to say most importantly, but your beard as well. So yeah, I mean, there's many other options. These are just things that we do that work specifically for our beards. So by means, please educate us as well. Let us know what you do. We'd be glad to try out new stuff and potentially produce a follow-up video on this within the next maybe year or so if we have new advice to provide.
Right, exactly. So yeah, like Joe just mentioned, please throw a comment in. Let us know what some of the things that you do in the colder months. Maybe you're on the West Coast in Arizona or whatever the case may be. Let us know when it gets cold there, which in some areas it does. But what do you do in the extreme heat? We definitely want to go ahead and get the conversation started and hear about it. All right, guys. Well, hey, that's all the time that we have for you today. But as always, keep it growing.
And we'll talk to you at the next one. Cousins out. Now, where's my scarf at?